Hello, welcome again. Coach Phill here, coming at you with one of the most famous questions that I'm asked. How do you become a great speaker? How do you become a millionaire speaker? So today in this video, and you're going to love this, I want to share with you some pointers, okay? They're going to be 10 of them, of how you can become a great speaker, how you can make a lot of money becoming a speaker, how you can make a lot of money sharing your message. But first, let me say, one of the things that I discovered after 12 years of doing this is all the great speakers out there have one thing in common, and I mean those who are really making it happen. They found themselves, they found their authenticity, they found who they are, so they share more of who they are rather than pretend to be somebody else, okay? You'll find some people who want to be like a Tony Robbins, some people want to be like an Obama, No, if you want to make it happen in this business, you must become yourself. No, not you must become yourself. You must consistently be authentic. You must be the person who has discovered who you really are, and the more you share the more you share your story, the more you share your abilities, the more you share your real self, the better you're going to become, the much more mesmerizing and attractive you're going to be as a trainer. So let us get into this. Number one, it starts with you and your desire to make a difference. Now, what do I mean? There are people who want to become public speakers for the sake of just making the money. Guess what? The money is that is the after effect. You must have a desire, a real deep down desire, where you would speak for a week without being paid and you would still have a great time, okay? So number one, it starts with you. It starts with that internal, we said, I said to you when we started, great speakers have found themselves. Great speakers come from the heart. Great speakers are authentic. Now, when I say point number one is it starts with you, I mean your desire to want to make a difference must be so hard that you can't help it. You're the kind of person where you go somewhere and before you know it, boom, you're beginning to speak and you're beginning to enjoy it. You're the kind of person who gets up in the morning, just gets out and just wants to make a difference. Number two, you must master the art of storytelling. You must, there's nothing as beautiful, as great as a great speaker with a great story. If you look at all the guys who are really making it big time now, they've got a great story. And they have mastered how to tell that story and relate it in such a way that people can get their, they can feel what the speaker is going through. Most importantly, they take them on a journey. Storytelling is a great skill. When we teach it at public speaking, we tell people to come up with 3-4 signature stories, because we know when you master your story and master the art of telling stories, then naturally you become a great speaker and people are going to be attracted to that, okay? Number three, you must make people feel like they are special. Listen, when you go and listen to a great speaker, sometimes you'll assume that they're talking to you alone. Sometimes, there's that feeling where you're like, this guy connects so much with me that I just can't help it, How many of you have gone to trainings and, you're in somebody is speaking and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait for this to end, or when does the break time come, or, you're distracted. But great speakers have an ability to capture you and mesmerize you and take you on a journey because they make you feel special. We tell great speakers who come through our trainings, it is never about you, it's about service. You can never have, I don't know, what is it called? You can never have nerves on stage if it is about service, okay? So please understand, it is about making people feel special. Next, it always starts with your ability to have gone and studied so much in terms of your subject, where when you start a presentation, guess what? It is always cool to start off with a quote, okay? Just think about it. Everybody who starts a great speech or who is a great speaker, they have read so much, they have so many quotes in their repertoire. It's amazing, okay? People will always start off. Some of you have always heard, okay? It is not about the decisions you make. It is about what you do about what happens to you, okay? What are some famous quotes? You hear some people coming up with some famous quotes before they start. Hey, you got to dream bigger for you to be able to live bigger, okay? You got to do whatever it takes, okay? It is in the moments of our decisions that we get, it is the moments in our decisions that we get to make a life. Tony Robbins, what am I talking about? Always have a repertoire of quotes with you, so that when you start a presentation, you put one in there and then people begin to think about it, and then it gives you the ability to spring from there and make your point, okay? Next one, we have to always, if you want to be a great speaker, you must always challenge your audience. There's nothing makes as much difference as a great speaker who challenges the audience to do something. Remember, every time you're paid to do something, you're not paid to just go and talk and just dump information. No, great speakers challenge their audiences because your job is to get them to what? To do something about it, to get them to move, to get them to make something better in their lives. So it is crucial that you do whatever it takes to challenge them, to get them out of their comfort zone, to get them thinking. Then you become a great speaker. Then you become the kind of person they're going to pay a lot of money because they know you're going to move people. Next, prepare like a champ. Prepare, prepare, prepare. There's nothing as, when a speaker comes on stage and they didn't prepare, you can actually tell. There's some speeches that I've done, some talks that I've done when I haven't prepared, and they sucked, and I could feel it on stage, and I wasn't in my element, I wasn't grounded, and you can tell there's a lot of murmuring. You can tell people don't believe you. Why? Because you haven't prepared. Prepare like a champ. What do I mean? Go beyond what is required. Practice like crazy. In the public speaking course we get people to practice for 4 whole days. They're practicing the same thing over and over and over. When you find a great champ, they don't win on the day of the competition. No, they have won in the gym. They have won on the track. They have won on the basketball court when nobody was watching. They're the people who are working out up to midnight. Why? Because they know it is won before the game. Practice like a champ. Go to the mirror if you must. Get your relatives and bore them with your stuff until they're sick of it, so that when your time comes, you are good to go. Next, be yourself. I'm going to repeat this again. The more authentic you are on stage, the better. It is sad when you see some speakers who want to be like other people. It is sad when you see somebody trying to pretend to be somebody else. Somebody wanting to be an Obama or a Bill Clinton. No, be yourself. Find your style, because your voice changes everything. Not other people's voice changes you. No. Your voice changes everything. When you find your authenticity, bingo, something changes. Be yourself. We do personification on stage. We do some crazy stuff where we get you to just let loose. Why? You will attract the people who are attracted to that personality. Then you will repel people who don't like you. Guess what? How many people in the world? 7 billion? How many of those do you want? Just a few. Okay? Just be that kind of guy where when you're on stage, you are authentic. Okay, they know that is who the guy is. Think about a Hillary. A Bill Clinton. Think about a Trevor Noah. These guys are authentic. What you see is what you get. Okay. Next one. Ask, engage, move. If you want to be a great speaker, if you want to take people on a journey, if you want to be memorable and be called back, you got to engage your audience. Okay. You never speak for more than 10-15 minutes without asking a question. You never go for 60 minutes without getting them up to move, without getting them to talk to each other, without high-fiving. See what the people do in church. Why are churches growing? Because people go and get something else. They get movement. They say hallelujah, and people put up their hands. Others are standing up. They get them to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Why? Adults learn better when they're having fun, when there's movement. Okay, be the kind of person where you're engaging your audience. Yes, you don't have to be like me. I am all over the place. I have a lot of energy, but you could be that kind of person where you say, hey, come on, talk to the person next to you. Okay, stand up, let us do a stretch, so that people go away having learned, not only learned, but it is memorable because they're like, you know what, I was totally engaged. There's no time to sleep. Okay, so be the kind of person who engages, who asks, and who does. Number 10, know your audience. Hey, never ever go for a speech without finding out who your audience is, because it helps you to get into rapport. When I'm called to go and speak to judges, I will suit up and I'll make sure I'm all smart and whatever, because I know they're going to judge me from what. But I can be smart if I want to. Okay, yeah, and then I get there and I take it off, because remember I said about authenticity. I take it off, and then I'll engage with them. If you're going to speak to students, what are students about? What kind of words do they use? What kind of what is trending? What do you need to know? Take time to study your audience. Do the meet and greet. Be out there when they arrive. Say hello, meet and greet. Find out the mood of the event, and then when you get on stage, there's some kind of rapport, and then you're ready to kick it, thereby becoming a great speaker. Number 11, I think. Always have a call to action. Never end a speech, ladies and gentlemen, without giving people a call to action. Never end a speech and or a training and or a talk to anybody without calling them to take some action. Some whatever action it is. For example, when you finish this video, okay, go through the 10 points and begin to practice them. Go through these 10 points and share with other people so that you can help other people who want to become great speakers. Most importantly, take some notes and become better. And drop me an email and say, hey, you know what, coach, I've practiced number 3 and number 4 and I'm getting better. That is what it is, and that is my call to action. Finally, before I finish off, there's one more bonus. As usual, we give you a little bit of bonus. Hey, always leave them with a memorable phrase. We call it an anchor phrase. You guys have heard these so many times. I have a dream. You know that one? How about yes we can? You know, there's some companies which have anchor phrases. Just, you got it, okay? An apple a day. Really? But anyway, you know what I mean. Always leave them with something, you know. For example, I always say, whatever you do, make sure you live strong, live with passion, and know that you got the audacity to live life on your terms. Go and look at all my videos. You will find that I have that going through and through. Why? Because you want to be the kind of person who says something that is memorable, but always leaves people thinking, hey, he said, I got to live strong, I got to live passion, and I can use my life to turn it around. That is what life is about. So whatever you do, share with somebody, give us some love, give us an ups down or whatever it is. Most importantly, share with everybody, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.